Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who do not know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today I'm going to be doing my first installment of my retro 3 looks 1 palette video. You guys might be wondering what that is. Well, essentially what it is I'm going to be taking a palette from my collection about twice a month and going to be doing these videos. I'm going to be filming 3 looks with it and pretending that it's a new palette and like I've never played with it before. So that is kind of what I'm doing. I'm doing this in hopes that I will find palettes that I really like in my collection and maybe palettes that need to go. So for this first one, I'm actually going to use the Modern Renaissance palette. Yes, mine is very beat up, the poor thing. I used it a lot when I first got it. And I still kind of use it from time to time. I don't use it as much as I used to, and I thought that this would be a great one to start out with because when I started YouTube, this palette was everywhere. Everyone was making videos with it, everyone was talking about it, and I picked it up because of YouTube. Well, with that said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get right into the 3 looks with the Modern Renaissance palette. Okay, the first shade I'm going to use is Burnt Orange, and I'm going to pop this into my crease using a fluffy brush. This is more of like a blending brush. I just kind of like these just to kind of get everything pretty much everywhere. So I'm just going to kind of go in sweeping motions as well as kind of circular motions just to kind of help everything blend out and get where I want it. And you'll notice that I do go in and I kind of pack it on before I blend it out. I just kind of like to do it that way so that I can place the color exactly where I want it and then really kind of blend it out and get it kind of blown out in a way, if that makes sense. Then I'm going to go into the shade Realgar, and I'm going to place this with a much smaller brush right into the crease of my eye. I like doing it this way and getting it placed before I blend it out, especially with crease shades that I like to kind of have an impact. It just works a lot better. And then I go in with the same brush that I was using previously to blend everything together. Now this does take a little bit of time, but once you get it all blended, it does work nicely. I think one of the keys with a good eye look is just kind of making sure everything is blended and placed well. So again, I just go in and I kind of place that burnt orange or that Realgar shade. I always want to say burnt orange, but it's Realgar, just to make sure that everything is where I want it. And then I go in and I just blend it all out. And sometimes it blends really, really well. Other times it takes a little bit longer. It just really kind of depends on the quality of the shadows. And Anastasia Beverly Hills shadows have always worked really well for me. The next shade I go into is Cyprus Umber, and I'm placing that on the outer V of my eye using an angled fluffy brush and kind of placing it into my crease. I really kind of like this is a typical kind of shape of the eye looks I like to do. I am going to hopefully at some point in some of these other videos try and do different ones. I don't know that I did the best job doing that in this video. It's just a very simple eye shape for me to do. And then I take the shade Primavera and I'm going to place that all over my lid. Now, I really like this shade. I will say that I think it's a beautiful shimmer. It did take a little bit of working with to place onto my lid, and I think it's just the age of the shadow, which is fine. It's still a shadow that I really, really do like. But I like to go in on my eye shape and do kind of like a faux cut crease. Then I'm just gonna blend it all just so it blends seamlessly. Okay, so since the actual eyeshadow portion is done for my lids, I'm gonna pop off camera really quick and do my liner and my mascara. Everything I use for this video will be linked down below, just so you're aware. Then I'm going to go into Cyprus Umber for my lower lash line, and I'm just going to run that along my lower lash line. I love how kind of grungy this look came out. It's very fall-esque, very something I would wear given any day. I really do like it, and I like kind of that shade. So since my kind of grungy eye look is done now, I am going to go ahead and go in with this lipstick here. It is the McGrath lipstick in 1995. I'm gonna go ahead and place this on my lips because I think it's gonna be the best kind of shade to go with my little grungy fall-esque look. And there you are. This is my first look with the Modern Renaissance for my 3 looks 1 palette, kind of retro 3 looks 1 palette, and you guys will have to let me know what you think down below. So the first shade in this look I'm going to go in with is Buon Fresco. I really love this shade. It's one that I really like to use a lot, especially when I use kind of the pink shades. And I just kind of stamp it on, and then I go in and I start blending it out. I like it a lot. Just kind of getting it everywhere that I want it and blending it out. I really like that I decided to do these retro reviews and retro 3 looks 1 palette videos because it's been a long time since I've played with certain palettes. I continuously got new palettes there for a while, and I was constantly playing with those instead of playing with older palettes in my collection. And I am just so excited to be playing with these older palettes again. I do have some new ones I need to play with, and I will. This next shade is going to be Love Letter. This is my absolute favorite shade in this palette, and I'm just popping it into the crease with a smaller brush. I'm so sorry that this part got a little blurry. My camera focus kept like not thinking I was a human. I don't know, it just didn't. So kind of a similar concept to the last look. I place it in my crease, and then I go in with the same brush and I blend it out. But I really do like that I get to play with these palettes again. It's been a lot of fun kind of looking at the different palettes I have in my collection, and even doing this video and going, this is why I bought this palette. This is why I really like this palette. And that's kind of what I'm hoping happens, that I rekindle some of my love for these palettes that I have, because it's been a long time since I've played with them, especially this palette, the Modern Renaissance. So one thing I do with this eye look is I go back in with Love Letter and I kind of intensify it because it wasn't giving that pop that I wanted once I went in and blended it out with the same brush I used, Buon Fresco. So that's kind of what I was doing there, and then I just kind of blend it. The next shade I go into is Venetian Red, and I place this on the outer V of my eye. I really love this. It's kind of like a romantic-y Valentine's kind of eye look, and not something that I always do. I don't wear as much red as I used to. I still really love this palette though. Like watching and looking at this eye look, I'm like, oh, I just want to wear that again. So I probably will. The other thing that I'm noticing in this, and I apologize for, I'm trying to figure out where to actually put my light, because on the one side it shows more of the color and the other is a little more washed out because of the light. I do go in with a clean, fluffy blending brush to kind of blend everything together here. And then I'm going to go into the shade Vermeer, and I'm going to place that on my lid. I like how this whole look kind of comes out. It's one that made me very, very happy. just because it's, again, that kind of romantic red eye look. Okay, I'm gonna step off of camera really quick and I'm going to do my liner and my lashes, and then I will be right back to do my lower lash line as well as pick out a lip. Okay, now I'm going to do my lower lash line. So I'm gonna go take Buon Fresco and I'm just gonna place that over, because once I go in with the next shade, Red Ochre, I did not want it to be super intense, so I placed this down to have Red Ochre have something to blend into. So now we're placing Red Ochre, and again, sorry for my camera focus. It does not want to cooperate. There it goes. So that it's a little softer, it's not as intensely punchy red. And then I take the Vermeer shade and I just pop that into my inner corner. Okay, so now that my lower lash line is done, we're gonna go ahead and pick out a lipstick. Also, I just wanted to let you know that I am aware of how wonky my wings are. The focus of this video is more on the overall eyeshadow than my actual winged liner. For my lips, I'm gonna go ahead and go with this Sephora Lip Story that looks like this, and this is in the shade Spiked. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it and I'll be right back. So here is the final look. Okay, the first shade in this look is going to be Raw Sienna, and I'm going to place that in my crease and slightly above my crease, kind of blending it right in that area of my eye. This look is a little more grungy browns because I was playing with a couple of shades I haven't played with in a while, and I wanted to kind of work with all of them. But I really do like this as kind of a transition shade. I also realized that like my overall makeup taste has changed since playing with the Modern Renaissance. While I still really love this palette and really hope to play with it more, I realize now that I do like colorful shadows just a tad bit more than these neutrals, but I still have a place in my heart for the neutral shadows of where I started with. Then I'm going to go into Warm Taupe, and I'm just going to place that into my crease. I like that this turns this into a more kind of cool toned eye look, and I like how it plays with that Raw Sienna shade. And it really does deepen my crease nicely. So yeah, it kind of worked out. I wasn't sure when I first did this that this step was actually going to work out. I thought, oh well, if I have to take it off, I have to take it off. Then I take the Cyprus Umber shade and I pop that into the outer V of my eye. And then I'm gonna blend it out so that's not super intense, but it blends in with all of the other shadow work I've done on my eye. Then I'm going to go into Antique Bronze, and this, in all honesty, is not a shade I have played with very often, but I do like how it looked with this look. I thought it turned out very nicely, and it's made me kind of want to play with this shade a bit more. I also wanted to note that I am not spraying any of these shimmers with a setting spray, because I wanted to see how they performed. And as you can see, Antique Bronze does have a bit of fallout on my cheeks here. Now that the eye look is done, I am going to pop off a camera really quick and just apply some mascara, and then I will be back to do my lower lash line. Okay, I am back, so we're going to go ahead and do the lower lash line. So I'm going to go into the shade Realgar. I thought this would be fun to have like a pop of color of some kind on my lower lash line with such a neutrally brown look. And I thought it turned out nicely. I really like how all of these shades blended. It's been, again, really nice to kind of play with this palette and just see how everything worked together. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Primavera, and I'm going to pop that into my inner corner. And then I take Tempera and I put that on my brow bone because I haven't really played with that shade that much.
I used to use it to set my eyeshadow primer.
Okay, so since that is all done, I'm going to go ahead and pick a lipstick, and the one I think I'm going to use is this one by Bite Beauty. It's their Mousse Bouche Liquefied Lipstick in Whip. I'm going to go ahead and apply that, and I will be right back. So here is the final look. You guys will have to let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I do hope that you enjoyed my first retro 3 looks 1 palette video. It was really fun to kind of film and use a throwback palette. I am going to be doing a retro review on this palette, and that will be the next video, so you guys will have to watch out for that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope that you will give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!